The sea promises no safety. It only promises eternity to those it swallows whole. In the year 1900, off the coast of Scotland, a lighthouse stood on the Flannan Isles, known as Eilean Mor. This place was meant to be a beacon of light and guidance. However, on one winter night, the light went out. 3 keepers stationed there vanished without a trace, leaving behind a puzzle that remains unsolved more than a century later. Welcome to Timeless Whispers. On December 26, 1900, a supply ship named the Hesperus finally managed to dock at the island after being delayed for days by a storm. The ship's captain, Jim Harvey, immediately sensed something was wrong. There was no flag flying from the pole. No provision boxes were prepared on the landing stage. And most unsettling of all, not a single keeper came down to welcome them. Joseph Moore, a relief keeper who was aboard the ship, went ashore with a heavy heart. He climbed the steep stairs toward the lighthouse, calling out the names of his colleagues, Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, and Donald MacArthur. Only the sound of the wind and the seabirds answered his calls. When Moore opened the lighthouse door, he was greeted by a freezing silence. In the kitchen, he found the remains of a meal on the table, as if they had just sat down to eat but were interrupted by something urgent. A single chair lay overturned on the floor. The oil lamps were dry and extinguished. The clock on the wall had stopped ticking. There were no signs of a struggle, no bodies, and no farewell letters. 3 experienced men had simply vanished from the face of the earth. The most baffling clue was found in the lighthouse logbook. The final entries were written days before the arrival of the Hesperus. Thomas Marshall, known as a tough seaman, wrote of severe winds, the likes of which he had never seen before. He also noted that his colleague, James Ducat, usually a calm man, had become very quiet. And strangest of all, Donald MacArthur, a veteran sailor known for his hardness, was recorded as crying. This is peculiar. Why would veteran sailors weep over a storm? Even stranger were the reports from a nearby station for those dates showed that the weather was actually clear and calm. The storm Marshall wrote about in the logbook, technically, never existed. The final entry simply read, "Storm ended. Sea calm. God is over all." Official investigations concluded that they were swept away by a rogue wave while trying to secure equipment at the West Landing. However, this theory fails to explain why a set of oilskins was left behind inside the lighthouse. By protocol, no keeper was allowed outside without their gear during a storm. Did they fall victim to madness caused by isolation? Was there a natural phenomenon that science could not explain at the time? Or perhaps, as the locals whisper, there was something else on the island of Eilean Mor that did not welcome human presence. To this day, the lighthouse still stands, automated and unmanned. But for those who pass near it, Eilean Mor keeps its secrets locked tight between the rocky crags and the crashing waves. Thank you for listening to this story from Timeless Whispers. If you enjoy historical mysteries like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. See you in the next Whisper of Time.